Hey everyone, it's Greg Chan from the Mother Agents, and today on 15 Minutes for the Mother Agent, we have Ellen Wasser-hrin from EWH Management in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Hi everyone, this is Greg Chan from the Mother Agents, and today on 15 Minutes with the Mother Agent, we have Ellen Wasser-hrin from EWH Management in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Ellen, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Greg.
Awesome. Well, I'm so happy to have you on here, Ellen. And I guess let's just start by introducing yourself. Tell me a little bit about you, your company, your vision, your values, anything that you want to talk about EWH.
EWH. All right, so I started EWH about 5 years ago. Prior to that, I was running an agency in the Philadelphia area, full service. So we book print, runway, television, commercial, film, video, everything. And I was psyched and jazzed about the fashion market, but Philadelphia wasn't a big fashion market. So I was taking girls, developing fashion models to take to New York. So I was placing with Elite and Ford and IMG and Next and all the agencies. And I got seen so much by a gentleman called John Casablancas. Remember, he owned Elite, that he asked me to scout for the Elite network. So while I was running MMA, I had the blessing of being able to work as an Elite scout and travel for about 8 years. And in that, I got to also meet a lot of agents in Chicago and in LA. And I really love the aspect of developing the models, nurturing them, getting them set up and established with agents in New York and Miami and Chicago. And then I started to learn about the overseas markets and work with the overseas markets. So yeah, I truly enjoy the development and placement aspect of it. Now, I did close the agency I ran for 28 years. I just closed that 5 years ago before opening EWH because doing all of it was crazy. So I know you worked at Wilhelmina, so you know
Yes.
developing models, placing models, watching their careers, working with their careers, but then also booking full-time 40 hours a week it was crazy.
It's a lot.
I did love it. I have to say I loved every aspect of it, but it was a lot. It was truly a lot.
Fantastic, fantastic. And I guess, yeah, so you've been tell me about like when you started the agency and how you started, not only how you started your company. Tell me about the moment when you decided, hey, I'm going to start my own company, and how that kind of process evolved.
Well, again, I was running a full service agency and I kind of decided I did not want to work 70 hours a week with 400 models and talent. I wanted to specialize and focus on maybe 40 or 50 girls. And I had found and placed Megan Roche with women back then, and she was doing very, very well. And I had Victoria Massey placed with Elite New York, Elite LA, and overseas in Paris, London, and she was doing very well. But I didn't feel like I could go and be part of their life and career while I was running the full-time agency.
Mhm.
So I made the decision, and then we tried to sell it. And Philadelphia is a small market and it doesn't have the same business it did 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So I closed it and then opened the agency and called my assistant, Jen. We work as partners, kind of. Come on, Jen, I'm going to introduce you to everyone. And said, hey, Jen, because she ran my children's department. She did all the invoicing, all the billing, all the spreadsheets. So this is Jen. And we've been together as a team actually years ago. So she worked 8 years at MMA and then now 5 years. EWH Management is 5 years old.
Yeah.
So thanks,
Yeah.
Jen. Thank you. We
Fantastic.
work together. Sometimes I say she's left brain and I'm the right brain. So,
Yeah.
because you need both sides of the brain for the industry to work well. But yeah, the EWH management, what I specifically love is nurturing the models and talent, listening to the situations they're having, and then help to clear them up and create communication between the agents and the models. Again, because I was a booking agent for many, many years, I also understand the client aspect and what the industry and the clients want from a model besides just what the agent's needs are. So I think it's a good fit for me developing young girls, and working with the parents along with that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Absolutely. And Ellen, what gender models do you represent at EWH?
Primarily female models between the ages of 16 and I think my oldest model is 33. And I have her placed in 5 markets and she's still working. She's doing beautiful work. She also wants to get into commercial work as well. But I do start around the age 16, 16, 17. There have been a few guys presented to me. And back when I ran the other agency, I did place male models in New York and overseas. But because I wanted to start, small, keep it boutique, I have about 50 girls and that works perfectly for my life and balance in my life and for me to give more personal attention, than when I had a full agency of almost 400 models and talent. That was challenging.
Yeah, that's right. Fantastic. Thank you. And I guess tell us, I know that you've got models placed worldwide, all over the place. So tell us a little bit about some of the agencies you work with all over the world.
Well, Brooke Avery, she is a curve model. I have her placed with Elite New York, Elite Miami, Elite LA, and she just spent 2 months in London with Milk Management.
Right.
Right now, my Francine Jacques, I have Francine placed with Elite New York, Elite Miami. She's with the Wave. So she just arrived 2 days ago. Unfortunately, they lost her luggage. So she had to go shopping for a couple casting outfits for today. She's on castings today. So, I work with a variety of the A and B agencies, and then depending upon, I have Victoria placed with multiple agencies in Paris, London, Milan. She also worked in Tokyo, but only a short thing when she was younger, like a 2-month time. And then she also worked in Australia. So right now, I only have about 5 of my girls placed overseas. I just sent Sky Johnson over right before the Christmas holidays. So Thanksgiving, of course, we celebrated here, but they don't overseas. So she went to London, and One Management is opening. So they're opening,
Oh,
and I just placed her. We're waiting on the contract right now. Placed her with One Management in London. So
that's super exciting. And I guess like tell us a little bit about some of the exciting jobs that your models have done over the years.
oh wow. The girls love when they book covers.
Of
So the
course.
covers of magazines make them extremely happy. But one of my girls just booked a Nivea commercial. So I mean, it doesn't sound, but a Nivea commercial for $12,000. She was extremely happy. She's like, Ellen, over some of the magazines and tears and some of the shows she's done, she was so happy with that because it was some money. So it's good when the girls balance it out with the high fashion editorial.
Right.
Victoria Mousy, she does book a lot of Polo, Ralph Lauren. She books a lot of the high end, a lot of the Jill Sanders, some of the high end in Europe and here as well. So
That's
I
amazing.
like when they do a balance. I'm not all just editorial. I want the girls also to make money so they can live.
Absolutely. And you know what? The way I'm seeing it today, the more diverse the clients, it's like the more you build your brand and show overall that you can work on so many different levels. And I think that that's just really what a successful model, they should have work on a large scale of different types of clients. So I love hearing about these money jobs.
Good, good. It's a good balance. And then the parents are happy too. And even the girls, when their parents are no longer helping and supporting in any which way, they have to be able to live and exist in New York or Chicago or London, wherever they're living, because it's very expensive.
Yeah.
So,
That's
yeah.
right. Absolutely it is. And what about any like why don't you do you have any stories to share with us? Any success stories of any of your models, Ellen? I know you just mentioned that you had scouted Megan Roche. Any fun success stories of your models you could share?
Well, Megan was brought to me by a hairdresser locally, and she was a soccer player in high school. And so I had to talk to her and her mom about nutrition and health and vegetables. And,
Mhm.
because kids at 15 eat McDonald's and French fries and everything. And she was built kind of solid as a soccer player. And I remember her mother getting a little upset with me for a bit about talking about nutrition and vegetables. But
Oh,
I said, as a fashion model, like she will need to lean down, but I want her to do it healthfully. I want her to eat. Some girls just stop eating. We don't want that. We want them to have 3 square meals a day, or at least 2 meals if they're doing the whole intermittent fasting thing. And I remember I had booked her for a fashion show. She had never worked in high heels before in her life. So I had her come to my office. Her mom bought a pair of pumps. And for 2 hours, we worked in my kitchen. It's not my kitchen, my office back then, on how to walk a runway and how to So that was the first show I booked her. I booked her for her first cover of her magazine too, but it was a Philadelphia magazine. And I told her, you'll have many more of these. So she's probably been on at least 12 magazine covers all over the world. So she's done very well. She's a good success, you know. Anyway, yeah. And she's a nice girl. So she's done well. She's done very, very well.
That's great. I love to hear that. And kids out there, that's old school development. Take the girl and bring them to your kitchen or your office, whatever, and you just put a pair of pumps on and let's do it.
Right, right. I still bring, like, if the girls are local, like I invite all my girls to come to my home, and I have a guest room and its own private bathroom. I'm like, if you want to come, you can come. But some of the girls that are local, I have them all come here, and I do work on how to walk a runway, how to do movement. I take digitals, and I'm old school, so I don't charge. There's no charges, there's no fees. I don't charge anybody any fees, but I educate them because I think they really need to know this information before meeting with agencies, so
That's
I
right.
also enjoy it.
And again, that's the way it should be done, kids. I mean, really, that's proper management right there. So, good for you, Ellen. You've been doing this for so long, so I want to ask you, like, what do you look for in a model, Ellen?
Well, the business has gotten so diversified, which is fabulous, and I think that is really fantastic. However, clients still want nice, clear skin, beautiful features, symmetry to the face. So I do look for symmetry. I work with girls 5'8" and taller. I know the clients and agencies are working with girls under 5'8", but I kind of kept that is ages 16 to 28, and then 5'8" and taller, with symmetry and nice clear skin, full eyebrows, full lips, and a
Mhm.
nice personality, And I explained to them that nowadays that Instagram and TikTok is part of their job. So if they're very shy and they don't ever want to do Instagram or TikTok, that's kind of going to be an issue for the modeling industry, that they now have to learn to introduce themselves, promote themselves somewhat as well. So it's not just all the agents' behalf, it is the girl helping to promote herself on Instagram and TikTok. So that takes a bit of personality. So half is the look, half is the personality.
100%. You couldn't have said it better. And when you're scouting today, there's so many different ways to scout. There's so many more ways to scout than there used to be. So, what would you say your percentage of, say, street scouting versus like online scouting, like social media and stuff like that?
Be very honest with you, Greg. I don't scout. I figured if somebody is supposed to find me, if somebody's supposed to be referred to me, they'll find me. I have not gone up to a girl or anyone in the last probably 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. And I don't scout online. Like, girls find me on Instagram, or my own girls refer models to me, or photographers. Or I said Megan was referred by a hairdresser who knows that, because he used to hire all my models in Philly. So when
Mhm.
this girl walked in that was tall and beautiful, he's like, I want you to call Ellen. So to answer your question, I don't scout. And I'm very blessed that girls find me. And that's great.
I love it. I love that. I love that answer. I haven't heard that before. It's like a date with destiny with
Yeah.
EWH. Yeah.
Yes, if it's meant to be, if they meant to find me, then
Uh-huh.
that's how I feel. They'll find me.
Amazing. Amazing. What else can I ask you? What advice do you have for a young kid that wants to get in the game, that wants to get started modeling?
Well, I think first of all, they want to have their head together because it's a highly competitive industry, and it's highly competitive. So there's thousands of girls, guys trying to model. So they want to improve on their confidence and their style, their attitude, their mindset, have balance in their life, have friends outside of the industry, and then to take some clean digitals, in jeans and a t-shirt, and submit to mother agents or submit to agencies with their measurements or their clothing size, and avoid the riffraff if you can, if you learn who's good and who's not good, and then give it a shot and go for it. But don't take it personally, because it is such a hard industry, so they can't take it personally. That's why I say get their confidence together before making a big submission to all the agencies.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. That's fantastic. Thank you. Um, Ellen, what's most important to you as a mother agent?
I think kindness and motivation and working as a team with the model, with Jen, the three of us as a team. I have a website guy designer as well. So there's like three of us here, and then with the model, and creating a life plan. So there are fabulous mother agents that want to make every girl a star and travel them around the world. That doesn't always fit with the girl's life plan. She might be going to college, you know, she might have family in certain areas. Like, where can she stay? Where is it feasible? Does she have money saved? Where can she get another part-time job and work and support herself? And I guess I'm big on balance and nurturing. I represent some really great A models, and I of course love my A girls, my couple stars that I love, but I have some very good B girls that have balance, school, education, friends. They're happy. Oftentimes those girls often have longevity. I guess longevity too. So balance and longevity would be part of what I like, you know?
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. That's great. And see, what are you most proud of with your mother? Like, what are you most proud of with your company and what it stands for? You know, what we've done so far as a mother agent.
Oh, I never thought of that. It feels so fresh to me. Like, it feels so fresh. I know 5 years is not like a baby agency. Um, I'm proud, I guess that I'm proud that most of the girls that I represent are healthy in my, because I do talk about mind, body, spirit. You know, I also joke and say, if I weren't a model and talent agent, I'd be like a health coach, life coach, you know, about the balance of it all. So I have healthy girls, and in the industry, I have seen some, you know, anorexia, bulimia, sickness, depression, sadness, people getting into drugs, alcohol, and all of that. So I guess I'm very proud that I have this longevity with the girls, because I represent some girls. I've been their mother agent 10, 11, 12 years. I love that. I love that longevity because it doesn't happen overnight. And I try to explain that to girls, but in this generation, everybody wants instant food, instant everything, instant success.
Yeah.
You know, and those things can happen, but they're the rare situations. The longevity of understanding you're building your career, you're building a brand, you're building a persona, you're building who you are. And then, you know, I have had models in New York that after their contract's up for 3 years, I switch them to another agency or I switch them to another market. And that all kind of works. So I guess I'm proud of the health, the longevity, you know, and I'm blessed that most of the girls I've started with, I do represent, you know, and I bring on some new girls, but not a lot. I'm very particular and boutique. And now, you know, I don't scout. So if they find me and they kind of fit within the criteria that I see that's marketable, so then we kind of go for it.
I love it. Fantastic. Okay, Ellen. So listen, I mean, we have one more question. We have one last question, and it is a mystery question.
Oh.
So we have our special hat full of mystery questions here, and you not know what you're going to get. It could be anything from your opinion on something to what you would do in a situation to your knowledge as a global scout and manager. So this is going to be fun because it could be anywhere. So are you ready for your mystery question?
Sure.
All right, cool. So your mystery question is, okay. All right, your mystery question, Ellen, is who would you least rather fight in an alley brawl? Would it be A, Amber Heard, B, Britney Spears, C, Naomi Campbell, or D, Meghan Markle?
Oh my goodness, that's funny. I'd say Britney Spears because I saw her in concert and she was rocking it. She was fabulous and she was strong and solid. And I go to the gym, but I don't work out with weights like that. I do more yoga. So I think I'm a bit more timid, but I love Britney Spears in concert. So I guess Britney Spears.
You guys could turn into like a dance party sort of thing. Like
Yes, yes.
crawl, we can dance, you know?
Did you know I was a professional dancer for many, many years?
No, I
I
did
have a
not know
Bachelor of Fine
that.
Arts degree. So like I have, of all things, Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in psychology and dance. And I was with 2 professional dance companies prior to, probably that's why I love Britney Spears too. The
You
whole
know what?
dance was fabulous.
We might have to make that happen for you. Little dance.
Okay, you're funny.
Awesome. Well, Ellen, you passed your mystery question. Um, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
allowing us to get to know you, who the person is behind EWH, and get to know your story a little bit. So I really appreciate you being here. I love having you on the Mother Agents. I love watching your success. And again, just thank you for everything you do as a Mother Agent for all these kids.
You're welcome. And thank you, Greg, for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, take care. Bye, Ellen.
All right. Bye-bye.